Welcome to my video on photography of the constellation Cygnus with an iPhone 15. What I want to first tell you about is how to set up your iPhone so that you can take a long exposure photograph at night. You are going to need a tripod. The iPhone's real smart. It knows if you're not extremely still, like you'd be mounted on a tripod, it won't go into this 30-second exposure option. So you are going to need to get a little tripod. They're not expensive. I think I paid less than $30 for mine. And it typically defaults to a 10-second exposure when you're in a dark environment. You need to be in a dark environment or these options won't be available. During the daylight, you won't see these. So to activate the night mode, what you do is open the camera app in the low light condition. You need to be in the dark or a dark environment. And then the night mode may come on automatically, or you may see a little crescent moon icon that appears. Tap on this moon or arrow above the viewfinder to access the night mode conditions. You're going to have to kind of play with this because the iPhone, if you've got one, you know that they're kind of tricky as far as they do a lot of automatic things when you're not looking. So you have to work with it. It took me a while to figure out this night mode, now to get it activated, but you can go up to 30 seconds. It's a very handy tool once you figure it out. Now here's my setup, very simple. We just got, like I said, this little cheapy tripod that I bought. It is stable though, and then here's my iPhone attached to it. And what I want to show you is this is a little video. So there's that little moon icon I was talking to you about. This defaults to the 10-second mode. If it's stable enough, you can go into a 30-second night mode. So I'm going to just show you this little video here of me taking a photograph, and I've clipped it in the middle because I'm not going to go full 30 seconds. That's just too long to sit there and watch it. The ticker click. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I've just hit it to focus in on an area of the sky and point it up at Cygnus, and it holds still is what it's telling me, and that's on the tripod. And then I've started 30 seconds, now I'm down to 1 second, and then it's going to save the image. Okay, and there we go. That is all there is to it. Now, this is the unprocessed image. This was actually at night, but it looks like a blue sky, and you can't hardly see any stars. I live in a very light polluted area. If I can take pictures at night like this, you can too, because my area is atrocious for photography. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next is now I took this image, the 30-second image of Cygnus, and then I took it left it in my iPhone, and then I did the processing. And so I'll just show you this image of what I did here. And really only adjusted 3 parameters. I went through each of the parameters, and I just skipped through them. I didn't change anything. No change, no change. Okay, here we go. This, I believe, is the contrast. And try to get it, it brings out some of the star images. Now this is the brightness. I lowered the brightness so it brings out the stars. You can see the stars are starting to, you have to just play with these numbers yourself. And then this is the black point. So I just adjusted these so I got what I thought was the best image that I could get with the camera. And so now I'm just going to trim it, crop it, cut out some of those trees, and kind of focus in on the constellation of Cygnus is what I'm interested in. But you can clearly see the Milky Way here in the background, the kind of white cloud of stars. So that was my processed image there. This is what came out of it, and it may be a little hard to see, but basically there's going to be your Cygnus. There's Deneb, the bright star. This is Vega, the constellation nearby of Lyra. And then there's the cross. Cygnus is the swan or the northern cross. It's probably most easiest to see. It looks like a big cross in the sky under dark sky conditions. So there was my photograph. Now, labeling it, here is the Deneb, that's the bright star in the constellation. And then up above it is Vega, which is the bright star in Lyra. There's Albireo. This is the very end of the cross, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second. And then M29 is an open cluster, and I'm going to show you a picture of that here in just a few minutes. Okay, this is Albireo. That was the end star I was telling you about, and you can see it's actually a double star, And I remember years ago, the first time I saw that through a small telescope, I was just kind of dumbfounded because one was really gold and one was really blue, and they were close together. You can't really see it with the naked eye or binoculars. You need to get a little small telescope and focus in on it. And I thought it was very interesting and impressive myself. And then this M29, Messer 29, that's an open cluster of stars. Now this is a nice photograph with a professional quality telescope, so this was not taken with my iPhone, but I just wanted to show you this. So these are some of the objects you can see in Cygnus. I hope you learned a little bit about photographing a constellation with the iPhone 15. If you did, give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.